Lou Dort, he had a good game. I'm not gonna lie. Lou Dort did have a good game.
Lou Dort had one of them PJ Tucker 5 threes.
$1,000 win you $3 million.
When I found out Lou Dort had 5 threes. Man, I ain't hearing none of that. Welcome to the Play for Keeps podcast. The only podcast where we do something different. This is the podcast for casuals. If you are a casual, this is the show for you. I'm your host, Greg.
I'm Jax.
Here, man. We here. Shout out to everybody that showed love to the 100 episode. Bad love, respected. Over 100 views.
It feels different. Not really, but really. I don't know. It's one-on-one. new beginning, new era. 101 episodes is crazy. What the heck? That's crazy.
One-on-one?
Because we did like before, like really early. We had to do like, I think we did like a couple. Yeah.
3. I counted because I was looking at some sounds. I was like, what are these episodes? I'm like, oh, this is all like our practice episodes. So yeah, we got some shit in the vault. I mean, that vault is closed. Let me tell y'all right now.
Never seen like
Hey, I listened back to that first episode. I was like, damn, I've never seen Jack say niggas so much. That nigga was letting them bitches fly. I'm gonna send you a clip of that shit. I'm like, whoa, Jax. I'm just so used to you not doing that. When you started, you came out the rip. Yeah, it's getting fucking ridiculous. Oh, Jax, I got you, buddy.
I'm a new man now.
We different. We different now. If you're new to this, make sure y'all donate to a charitable cause.
Donations.
And for the guys that already do y'all part, we do appreciate you.
All I hear is that check came in. I love it when you talk to me. My fantasy. I love it when you talk to me. My fantasy.
We appreciate y'all for donations and everything.
Since we're here, let's just go ahead and get to the real things.
We do not care.
We just don't give a fuck about. We don't care. Starting with that Lil Wayne album, okay, a Carter 6. Let's get that out the way. Lil Wayne, I got a hot take for you, but for this episode and this podcast, we just simply don't care. My goats are washed.
He can still. I don't want to tell him to put the mic down because he can still rap. He just makes horrible music. It's terrible. It's unfortunate. I feel horrible.
There's a few niggas I want to tell to put the mic down though. Kanye West, you up there too? Put that mic down. Please. Keep making beats though. Keep making beats. Don't stop that.
I don't even know about
we
that.
do not care.
We don't care about Noah Lyles. This Noah Lyles thing. He was on Cam Newton podcast and he was trying to explain. He was like, "Man, this is why I should have a shoe deal and blah blah blah." And like he made some valid points, but also like you don't have these deals because people don't like. You're not a likable person. Like it's not like I'm not trying to hate on the man, but it's just like niggas don't like you, bro. Like every time you do pop up, it's just like annoying us and complaining about stuff and whining. It's just like that's like you probably like. In real life, he's probably a cool dude, but like, man, when you just pop up on all these things, whining and complaining, it's just like people don't like you, bro. That's it. That's why. Like, if he was more marketable, you would have your shoe, but niggas just don't like you, bro.
World champs or what?
The United States?
People just think he's a hater, bro. Like that's it. And he doesn't do anything. Like people think he's like an actual real deal hater. He doesn't do anything to clear that up. Because all he does is hate.
He don't defeat none of his allegations.
Yeah.
And think we finna rally behind this nigga. Hey, I've never seen Americans hate real life, but I've never seen Americans hate watch another American in the Olympics.
Yes.
That's Bro, I'll say shit. Even Sha'Carri Richardson got love, nigga. That's crazy, bro.
We do not care.
Also, I don't give a fuck about Anthony Richardson. I don't give a fuck about whatever he got hurt. I'm just going off of what Jax put in here. I ain't even know the nigga got hurt. Quite frankly, it don't matter because there's a white hope already on the roster. We're good.
Honestly, that's probably what the culture's saying right now. They're like, "Hey, Anthony Richardson's hurt, but we sort of expected that. We got Daniel Jones," which is a crazy. Oh, we got Daniel Jones. We're not worried. No, you should be worried. But Anthony Richardson, he get hurt all the time, unfortunately. So I don't really care.
Yeah, get well soon. Heal up, ice up, do what you got to do. But ultimately,
we do not care.
All right. We also don't care about. I know we talked about a little bit the Zion Williamson thing, and it turns out it was just Mariah Mills, who, if you don't know, she's the probably quite literally clinically insane porn star that's been stalking him for the past few years. So,
don't even worry about it. Yeah, we hey, y'all know who this is, yo. Y'all better stop playing. Zion, you need to be arrested. You need to be arrested for your crimes. You need to be arrested for your crimes.
It looks like she did more to herself.
She probably did. Actually, based off of this, Mariah Mills, the adult film star who threatened to sue NBA player Zion Williamson, shared a video flaunting her abnormal physique.
Abnormal is crazy.
It's a sick nigga. Yeah, Zion, you are a sick nigga. But I will say this: this was a mini hot take for me, but obviously Lil Wayne trumped you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mariah Mills, I think she saved Zion Williamson's career. I truly believe Mariah Mills scared that nigga straight. I think this is the NBA version of scared straight. I think this nigga's on the straight and narrow. I think people because you remember when she crashed out June of 2023.
Unfortunately, I do remember.
You know what happened? The 2023-24 season. That nigga Zion Williamson played 72 games. America. I'm just pointing it out. Now, unfortunately, he got injured towards the end, but I really think June 2023, he probably rededicated his life to Christ. There's a lot of things he probably did over that offseason. I'm not trying to play that nigga like that. But hey, man, the facts are the facts. I think this nigga might go all NBA this season. I'm buying into the Zion stock.
Okay. That's your money. Okay.
I'm buying into it with the money that I'm not betting, but you know how that go. You know how that go. Also,
we do not care.
All right, sounds terrible, but the whole tennis thing, I just put that there so we could acknowledge that we do know the Roland Garros, that whole bracket is happening. Let me see who the finalists are. The final match will be Jannik Sinner versus Djokovic, Djokovic. And Djokovic always called, everybody knows him in tennis. Like, he's been that nigga for years. So, respectfully, we don't care. We know we just want to know that we know it's happening, but like, we don't care. Same with the Stanley Cup. Like, we know it's happening, but we don't really care.
Also, shout out Coco Gauff. She's a part of that Wimbledon matchup too. She out here beating the fuck out these women. Only 21. Really? Like, yeah, she been doing this shit for a long time. She been doing this shit.
Yeah, I remember she popped up when she was like 16, but I didn't realize she was only 20. That's crazy.
Like, yo, different.
Yeah.
Beating the French. beating women that look like Wemby for America is crazy. Yeah, shout out to Coco Gauff, my nigga. Shout out to Coco Gauff, but
we do not care.
Respectfully. I gotta find a sound that has like a respectfully thing. I don't know. I gotta find.
There has to be one.
There has to be. I gotta do some research. Was that all of our We Do Not Cares, or
Yeah, that was all the We Do Not Care. So we can go ahead and get to the real episode. Although we do have to start off on like a somber note, because one of the actual factual goats of sports TV unfortunately passed away. That's John Brinkus. If you don't know who he is the mastermind behind sports science. This is him. If you've seen him before, he passed away. He lost his battle with suicide. They said, and sports science was that. I don't like because every year I never like said it nowhere because doesn't. Who cares? But like every year, I'd always be like, man, what happened to the sports science episode? Like they need to bring them back because, like, this Brandon Jacobs one that's playing right now where he lets Brandon Jacobs just run him over.
Go.
Like he was doing stuff like that for science and for sports and for science. And it was absolutely amazing. The one I always do remember though is because it was just putting into perspective how crazy Dirk jump shot is. It was like he did like an experiment and he found out that if you were Yao Ming's height with the vertical of Derrick Rose, you still wouldn't be able to block Dirk's jump shot. Like he was doing stuff like
so crazy.
That's what I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
Hey, that's the real. Hey, that's the real analytics right there, bro. That's the real analytics.
I clicked, but I couldn't find it. But that's something I'll never forget. But sports science was absolutely amazing. So this actually does make me sad.
I used to always remember the one that they did with Kevin Love rebounding against
the sumo dude.
I used to see that one a lot. They used to rerun that one a lot. But man, I'm talking about it. That was real nigga analytics back in the day.
Really?
When people talked about plus minuses and all that stuff, nah, fuck that.
Real analytics.
That's when you knew who the superstars was, my nigga. I'm like, hey. That nigga tough. I know Adrian Peterson had to have something.
I think his was like because Adrian Peterson had like notorious like hand strength. I think they did something about that with him.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I could see that. And damn, I didn't know that was.
It was somebody. It was like some NFL player that did like a whole bunch of backflips one time too. Was it Julio or no?
I don't know.
I'm probably misremembering it, but he was just sports science was amazing. So it really do suck. I'm not gonna lie.
R.I.P. I remember I had tweeted out. I was like, man, like, what do you consider like peak NBA media or peak like sports media? And I got some answers back, but and everybody keeps everybody's gonna do like what their childhood was for real or what there was as a teenager. Some nigga gave me a random gap between like 2016 and 2023. I'm like, brother, that's a large gap, nigga. That's just not that. I just don't think that's true. But I think for me, those shows back when ESPN dominated for real, and they didn't have to worry about
actual shows, actual programming.
Whatever was between First Take and whatever game that was tipping off tonight, there were like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 different shows that was coming on, whether it be Sports Nation, his and hers, his and hers, who is Jamel Hill and Michael. I forgot the dude's name. Of course, you had Around the Horn, Empowered in the Interruption, but you had even that fucking show with Bomani Jones and that white guy in the grandpa or Poppy or whatever the fuck that nigga's name is.
Highly questionable.
Highly questionable. Yeah. Truth be told, whenever Bomani used to take breaks or whenever Lebatard used to take breaks or whatever, that's when I saw Pablo Torre for the first time. They used to throw Pablo Torre in there like every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just to sub him in. I'm like, damn, who's this nigga? Nigga kind of fire.
ESPN had they had a whole lot of obviously Doug because ESPN, so they're gonna have their pick of the litter. But they had a whole lot of talent run through like their ranks in those years, bro.
Yeah, like all the way up until 2015. Once that Civil War happened, where Colin Cowherd just took all the ex ESPNers and took them to FS1. Hey, ESPN was that nigga. They did what they need to do. But shout out to that family. That was NBA Steve Irwin. You know what I mean? You know, whatever you want to call him, but yeah, he will be missed. He truly will be missed.
But I don't really have a segue, so we still got to move on because that's how the show goes. But it finally happened, Greg. Aaron Rodgers has officially signed a contract to play quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, pending the completion of a physical. So we'll see. He be on them drugs, so we don't know if he'll pass the physical. So we'll see.
Mark Williams, please save us, nigga. Hell yeah.
I don't even know what to say, bro.
Celtic Shaq. Pelicans Kendrick Perkins.
Everybody's Kendrick Perkins.
Everybody's damn. You ain't like OKC's Kendrick Perkins.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Wow.
Damn.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like, what is I understand what Mike Tomlin was thinking because they needed a quarterback because they was not starting that season with Mason Rudolph because Mason Rudolph is notoriously not good. But it's just like,
you thought this was better?
Are you sure you could? Like, are them niggas sure they didn't want Shador? Because like, you always hear people say, "Oh, they didn't want Shador because all the circus and all the blah 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 going around it." Like, is he gonna be any better, bro?
Bro, first of all, the Pittsburgh just been doing questionable shit all week. All week. The first they made Donald Trump an honorary Pittsburgh Steeler.
I did not know that.
And they had him holding up the number 47 jersey as like his jersey. But you know, Pittsburgh has crazy history. So you gotta know that 47 belonged to somebody. And that belonged to a fucking Hall of Famer. I was just like, this is crazy. This is so insane. This is before the Aaron Rodgers shit. And I'm not going to say that I'm bad at geography, but sometimes I kind of forget that there are two teams in Pennsylvania. So when I saw a lot of Steelers fans saying, you know what, I'm going to be an Eagles fan if they don't chill the fuck out, my nigga. I had to remind myself, oh shit, this is the same state. This is the same state. Wow. But nah, bro. This right here, this might do it, man. We might see the first losing season.
Bro, stop, bro. It's like
we might see the first losing season.
It's an unstoppable object versus immovable force.
Mike Tomlin is not Jesus.
Bro. I feel like he could if it's anybody that can do it, it's Mike Tomlin, bro.
You want him to do that?
I just want the streak to continue.
I want him to have a good quarterback. I want him, you know what? I want him to step away from the game for one season so niggas can tank the way they need to tank and then insert this nigga back.
I want that to happen too. That would be perfect.
The only way that happens is if there's like a one of those hit gates or you know those gates where whatever the Saints are doing, where they're like, yo, we just got to sit you down for a year, nigga.
But Mike Tomlin, he played the game the right way. He don't do stuff like that, so it's not going to happen.
You can't tell me Mike Tomlin didn't want one of them quarterbacks this year.
That's what I'm just any of bro. You just
Shador was not that bad for Mike Tomlin to be like, I don't want him. I'm pretty sure Mike Tomlin wanted that nigga, bro.
Because Aaron Rodgers, if you look at his stats from last season, they don't look horrible. But like, if you watch him play, you're like, oh, this is garbage. So it's just like, man, because that's
our offensive line. Is our offensive line good?
No, that's also another thing. Because Aaron Rodgers, he can't move no more. The O-line not good. The only receiver they really got is DK, and
they got rid of George Pickens.
Yeah, the guy. I'm trying to think of the other receiver, but I know they drafted one. I think his name Roman Wilson, but he didn't play last season because he was hurt. So I don't know if he's gonna be good or not. But like, they don't really have weapons. They did draft a running back, but we'll see how that goes because they O-line not that good. It's just like, damn, like fuck, like That's how you can say it.
It's like it's bad. Like I can't defend this. I don't want to defend it either. Like this is, but we all. It's one of those things where like, first of all, if this was always your move, which has always been speculated, first of all, why did it take so long to begin with?
I feel it was definitely an Aaron Rodgers thing. It was definitely him being weird. So, because I think they just, or maybe last week they started like their OTAs and all that. So. Yeah. He wasn't there I think they started their voluntary workouts last week, but it's just like I know they would have liked to have him there earlier. So, but like I said, Aaron Rodgers is weird, so he didn't sign until just now. It's just very. I was thinking that somebody like go get Jameis, bro. Go. I was gonna say Daniel Jones, but that wouldn't have worked. Go get like Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett. Go do something, bro. Not Trey Lance. Anything.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. It's this is bad, bro. And I'm here for it.
I feel like this also like because Aaron Rodgers is old. Most of the Steelers are old, and just like the Steelers are an old team. So I feel like this will be like a last hurrah of like the old niggas before they try some new stuff next year. Because they're gonna have to like Aaron Rodgers is not gonna play again for them next year because he's old. So they're going to need a new quarterback. So we'll see what happens. Jeez Louise. This is like building your team around Celtic Shaq. Oh my God. This is horrible. No, this is what Philadelphia did this season because they're like, oh, we just need a Paul George. He can help us out. And he fell apart completely because like Paul George is good, but like we know he's not what he used to be. And this is what Philly did because they're probably going to fall apart.
But at least they still have some kind of young talent.
So the Philadelphia, they got
No, I'm talking about Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm talking about Philly. But I don't know what Pittsburgh's young talent is.
That running back they drafted in I don't think DK is old for real. I think he's still in his 20s. So I guess.
I guess. Hey,
I don't think TJ Watt. I don't think he's 30 yet. So maybe TJ Watt counts as young.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Look at the names you reaching for you.
They got Joey Porter Jr. He's young. I know that.
I don't trust any nigga. I don't trust any nigga named Porter Jr. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest with you. Any last name Porter, it's just been bad, nigga.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's fair. That's fair. But it looked like it's gonna be rough for the Steelers. But I just hope Mike Tomlin has a good time. That's all that matters. I just need to
call it right now, though. Call it right now. How many games? How many games they winning? Don't even look at the schedule. I'm just saying off of vibes. No, don't even look at the schedule, nigga. Just off vibes.
Off of vibes, I'm siding with Mike Tomlin no matter what. He gonna get 8 wins.
That's not gonna be enough for a winning season unless you're gonna tie. They need at least 9.
The real record is he has seasons of 8 or more. So as long as he gets to 8, he don't get the 8 wins.
The real record is he's never had a losing season. 8 would be a losing season unless them niggas have a tie game, and it's 8-1.
I think they're gonna get the 8 wins, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I think it's gonna be the 8 wins, bro. Stop.
I think he's gonna get 7. I think he's gonna get 7. He gonna get 7 when his team deserves 4.
I don't even know how they got 10 last year.
The power of Mike Tomlin, nigga.
Jeez.
Literally. And they had Russell Wilson. Like, I mean, for what it's worth.
They're gonna get the Strange gonna continue. They're gonna get 9, bro. I don't care. They're gonna get 9. They're gonna get that record.
I respect it, man. I respect it.
They're probably gonna win 2 against. I know they play the Browns. They're gonna get 2 against the Browns. I'm pretty sure because the Browns are gonna be trash.
No,
bro, please.
No, I'm saying like when it comes to that division, they the type of niggas to lose to the Browns and beat the Ravens twice, nigga. Like it's just a weird division.
Yeah, also true.
Damn, bro.
Praise up for Mike Tomlin. Good Lord, it's gonna be a rough one. Like if anybody can do it, it's him. Like I said, bro.
They finna fuck around, fire that nigga, and it's gonna piss me off, bro.
If Aaron Rodgers gets Mike Tomlin fired, no, I feel like ownership will be like, bro, it's Aaron Rodgers, bro. We can't we knew he was crazy. There's no way you fire Mike Tomlin. I don't know, bro.
I mean, there's plenty of coaches that feel the same way. How did I get fired? I get it.
Hey, speaking of firings, let's go to the NBA because how Tom Thibodeau get fired. If you don't know Tom Thibodeau, he was the coach of the New York Knicks. They just got to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to the Pacers, obviously. Lost in 6 games, right? So it was a good series. They for sure overachieved, I feel like. Good series, good season. And they said, goodbye, Tom Thibodeau. We don't want to see you again. You're no longer employed here. And what are you supposed to do? He got them to the Eastern Conference Finals. He did everything except win a championship. Or he did everything except get to the championship. What did you expect, bro? What can you do? What's he supposed to do about that?
Be better, nigga. hey, be better. Win.
He was the second best team in the Eastern Conference, just based off of playoffs. He was the second best team in the Eastern Conference. It's still they said, "Fuck you, get out of here." What the heck?
Yeah, man.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Well, how old is Thompson, though? I gotta see. Because you think he got another? You think he can get another job, or let me see how old he is.
I mean, do I want him to get another job, or
he's 67, so pretty old. But there are older coaches still.
Nigga got 5 years. I mean, honestly, there could be a team out there that's desperate enough, but me personally, I understand the logic of why people feel a certain way about fire Tom Thibodeau, a nigga that took you to the conference final somewhere that you haven't gone in decades upon decades. And I'm not here to tell you if it's the right or wrong decision because it all depends on who you hire next. If I'm going to think it's the right or wrong decision, to be honest, I won't say if it's a right or wrong decision. But what I will say is I respect the mindset. I respect the mindset. Just because somebody took you somewhere that you ain't been before, that don't mean we just got to keep what's going on. Tom Thibodeau, he was a good coach. He was a great coach. Well, great. It kind of depends on what your standards are.
I don't know about great, but he had
flaws. He definitely had flaws in his coaching.
He does not play his bench at all.
He don't play his bench. He be running niggas 48 minutes. And ultimately, I feel like the organization felt like he wouldn't be able to maximize whatever this roster was. They feel like maybe another coach can maximize this roster even more.
I feel like
unlock some things. They feel like that they can still, because you didn't pay niggas too much money where you can't move players. This is what you stuck with for at least another season.
There's been rumors. There has been rumors that we want to trade Cat or trade Bridges. So I've seen stuff like that floating around. So it feels like they might try to move somebody, but I don't you said they want another coach to maximize the talent, but it feels like they done did that already. That was the best that team gonna look. It can't really look no better.
I think the problem is they built that team specifically to beat the Boston Celtics. They felt like they were going to.
I don't think
they beat the Celtics, nigga. They literally beat the Celtics, nigga. They literally beat the Celtics.
Jason was hurt though.
He was not hurt that whole season. Let's not push a narrative, nigga. They were up 2-0 on the niggas.
Because when Tatum got hurt, was that
game 4? He got hurt game 4.
I was thinking, wait, it only went 5? Here you go, 6.
It went 6 because they lost game 5, but game 4, that's when they went up 3-1 against them, and he got hurt in the fourth quarter after dropping 40. But that was game 4.
That was game 4. I'm not saying they would, but that was a comebackable game. I'm not here to defend the Celtics because I truly do not care about them. But I think that was like a comebackable game. Then they did win the game. So I'm like, it would have. I feel like if Tatum didn't get hurt, it would have been a better series. I think they probably, grand scheme of things, would have beat the Knicks because I never really saw it with the Knicks. But still, neither here nor there.
But regardless if they were going to win or lose, just like the Rockets back in like 2018, they built that team to try to beat they built it for we're trying to beat the Warriors.
We've said it. We've said it on this podcast before. If you build a team specifically to beat somebody, you're not going to win the championship. Like you're not winning.
That's why I said that. That's why I said that was the problem. I said the problem is you built your team to beat the Celtics, and when you beat the Celtics, it's like, okay, well you didn't prepare for nobody else because you felt like if you beat the Celtics, then you can just go on and get to the finals, I guess. But on paper, the Knicks was supposed to be a better team than the Pacers or whatever. I'm going long-winded on the Knicks anyway. I'm just saying I respect I respect the organization's mindset that says, hey, just because you brought us here, just because we had some success under your watch, that don't mean you just automatically get to just stay here. And if you do not believe me, if you live in Texas, go to your nearest Houston Texans fan and ask them how they feel about Bill O'Brien. And then after they cuss you out, go ask your second Tex, when do you think they should have fired that nigga? And they're probably going to tell you 2 or 3 years earlier than when they actually did. Because they went to that AFC championship and went up 24-0 against the Chiefs, they said, you know what, nigga? Let's give you a GM position too. And they fucked everything up. So I respect the move. I respect the mindset. I don't know if the move's going to be great, but I do respect the mindset. Get these old, and I'm an advocate of get these old niggas out of here. Get these old niggas out of here.
And I mean, I remember we talked about it a little bit earlier when because there was more coach firings earlier in the season, but like this is a good off. Like if you need a coach, it's low key some coaches out there. Like Mike Malone, he out there. Taylor Jenkins is out there. I think there was some more names.
Mike Brown's out there.
Mike Brown. So like it's some coaches.
Budenholzer's out there.
And it's still some young up and coming people that are available, and like you said, it might be time. Not even might be. It is time to get these old niggas out of here. So it's bring in some new ideas to the fall. See what happens.
And it's hard. Also for me, it's so hard for me to just say, hey, man, why the fuck would you do X, Y, and Z? Like it's hard for me to criticize the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why the fuck would you fire JB Bickerstaff? And then they end up being the number 1 seed like the very next season. It's kind of hard for me to criticize these niggas. It's kind of the same for was Billy Donovan before what y'all got right now?
Yeah.
I mean, well, nobody was really advocating for Billy Donovan. I ain't gonna hold you, but I mean, there's other coaches out there where it's just kind of like, okay, like why did y'all pivot so fast? And then all of a sudden, like what, end up turning shit around. I don't know. Only time will tell.
Yeah. So we'll see how fast, because of course they want to have a coach before the draft happens. But how attractive do you think that Knicks coaching job is?
It's an acquired taste. I'll tell you that. I think you can't just bring anybody in there that's a good coach. You got to be a different kind of coach. I'm not gonna lie.
And you got to be.
I think it's gonna have to be somebody internally. Honestly, be honest with you. Unless either it's Mike Malone or you get somebody internally that's already within the Knicks organization that niggas fuck with. That's young.
Leon Rose got a job ahead of him, and notoriously, the white Leon Rose, he has a job ahead of him because I did not know white. I
swear to God, I thought that nigga was a brother.
I'm not gonna. This is horrible. This is exactly why I thought he was black though, because a long time ago there was an NBA player named Leon. Is it Poe or Powell? I always thought he was. I thought he was Leon Rose this entire time. So in my head, I just
damn.
he's a former NBA player, and no, he's a short, fat white man. Never knew that.
Bro. Disappointed already, bro. Turn them niggas around though. Turn them niggas around. Maybe Tom Thibodeau is somebody's Mark Jackson that's waiting for Steve Kerr to come through. I don't know.
I don't think the Knicks have any Currys or Klay Thompsons on their team. Brunson.
You tell them it's gonna be Brunson, nigga.
Okay. And I like Jalen Brunson. Okay. I like Jalen Brunson is cold, but okay. But moving on from that, we gotta talk Phoenix Suns because one, they hired their new head coach. His name is Jordan Ott. I think he was the assistant coach for the Cavs, and the Cavs cooking last season. I know Devin Booker, he was involved a lot in the coaching staff hiring process. So, I mean, the Suns they're cool with that, so they're happy. So what?
Keep going.
Oh,
yo.
But no, the Suns, they got it. So that's one domino that fell for them. Now the next one is what's going to happen with Kevin Durant, because a report came out that said they are planning on moving on from him before the draft. And the draft is it this month or is it next month? When NBA draft?
No, it's this month. It's the 23rd or the 24th of this month, I think.
Okay.
They're doing that weird shit where it's like it's a 2-day event and it's pissing me off.
Oh,
but yeah, it's 2 days.
Everybody gonna watch the second round. Stupid. But
so dumb. But
yeah, that's in 2 weeks. They got 2 weeks to figure something out.
The answer to your first question,
we do not care.
When it comes to their coach, shout out. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be cool. It's just so funny when niggas be talking about, oh yeah, Devin Booker was a part of the hiring decisions.
I know he'll be happy with the decision. Now he's still.
Hey, you know who else was in charge, and you know who else was in charge of the head coaching hires and decision. Giannis Antetokounmpo for Adrian Griffin. You know who else was responsible for head coaching hires, or really pleaded their case for a head coach to be hired? James Harden and Russell Westbrook, when they were advocating for Steven Silas, and then they requested a trade 2 months after that. I hold little to no weight when the niggas say, "Hey, we should hire this head coach." I'm gonna let you know that right now. Now, it's I'm not saying that it's nothing, but it really don't matter if the nigga Devin Booker gonna be happy with the selection. Because
you at least know there's one happy person at Phoenix. Now they still got to figure out how to make Bradley Beal happy, because they said a report came out that said the Suns, they do not want Bradley Beal back with them next season. It's like, ooh, that means nothing to Bradley. He has a no trade clause. He can stay on the Phoenix Suns for as long as he wants. So
you just gonna have to pay him. You have to John Wall that nigga. You gonna have to pay him to not show up no more.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna do. That's literally the exact thing you're gonna do. Kevin Durant, they keep fluctuating like what his asking price is going to be.
I've seen some that said that the Suns have drastically dropped their asking price for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, they need nigga. I don't know what the fuck he was asking for. I think there was one report. He was like, yeah, they won 3 first. I think I saw a report. Oh, they won 3 first-round picks back. I was just like, all right.
Like, the Suns don't got no leverage. If they don't trade him, they're going to be like in the double apron and got to pay a whole bunch of cap money and blah blah blah. So like they have no leverage. They have to do this.
They have to do something.
You can't be the man. You might get a 2nd-round pick in PJ Tucker. He gonna like
it. You might get DJ Augustine 2 seconds in cash considerations if you don't hurry the fuck up. Kevin Durant is the type of nigga that gets moved on draft night. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't think he get either it's draft week, but in my mind, I can see all the way up until draft night something crazy happens that allows the Phoenix Suns to get a pick in this draft or whatever. So the Suns are the type of team to wait till the very last minute. for everything. Actually, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. I feel.
What do you think you could see KD going? I know we've talked about the Rockets. All
that nigga everywhere.
Yeah,
put that nigga in 15 packages.
When we first started the episode, I saw somebody was like, Kevin Durant, the Raptors are considering Kevin Durant. I done seen Raptors. I done seen Knicks.
I done seen Timberwolves, Spurs, Rockets.
I've seen Spurs. Top of the Spurs are heating up. It's like it makes sense that everybody wants him because he's still Kevin Durant, but it's just like, bro, like it's too many teams. Somebody
like, hey, a nigga like me, I'd be greedy. I'd be in Indiana calling them niggas. Fuck it, why not?
Hey, okay, don't win, which they're going to win, but if they don't win, they might put in that call. Be like, hey,
no, they won't. It's too late. That's something you do when you don't get out the first. Like, had y'all lost to the Nuggets, I didn't see y'all pulling some trigger like that.
One can dream.
Let Chet keep having 6 points. Maybe we'll have to revisit that conversation. But
man, since we're already here, let's talk about Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Because Game 1 happened yesterday, and it pissed me off. Because goddamn it, the Thunder lost.
The
Haliban struck again, and it's just like I knew that was gonna happen because they was playing around too much. And then the game first, when I saw Nimhart like bink Shea and then just in his face, I was like, "Oh, that's not good." And then Shea, he got the ball back, he missed the jumper. I was like, "Oh, that's not good." And then I remember Halliburton, he got the ball, and when I seen they did not call a timeout and they're just letting the fast break run, I was like, "He's gonna make the shot," because that's how it always happens. Because it just it's like it's not a normal play, it's just a fast break. If anybody can score in the fast break, it's the Pacers.
It's the HALIBAN.
Yeah.
It's the HALIBAN. Nigga.
In fact, let me pull up the woods. I hate you.
It's the hey, here go the theme song, baby.
But, let me show this for the people who ain't seen it. If you ain't seen it, you should have been seen it. But this is what happened.
Final seconds, no fouls to give. Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving, pulls up, jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 0.3 of a second remaining.
One question. Should Mike Breen have said bang?
He said he only saved those for threes.
Oh.
That was his report. That's what his report was. He was like, yo, I saved those kind of calls for threes. I'm like, oh, okay.
I respect it. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, stand on your square, nigga. Stand on your square.
Hey, it's not a bang. Like, it gotta be a three.
I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, I think there are levels, and granted, I've been a HALIBAN fan this whole series, like rating all of his game winners. I will say there is a difference between the pull-up midi 2 and that Steph Curry 3. Bang! There's levels.
Yeah. When he hit you with the double bang, that's crazy. The double bang is the craziest. Has there been a triple bang? I don't know.
No, I don't think there's ever been a triple bang. If there's
I don't know what kind of shot that had to be. I'm not gonna hold you.
He ain't fucking around and give that nigga an aneurysm. A triple bang? He may not be able to handle that. that might fuck him up. But yeah, I think, man, there's just he did it again.
Yeah, no, it's
bro.
This is Tyrese Halliburton. Like,
bro, this nigga here, bro. Every series, he did something. Every single series, he didn't even have a good game.
No, he only actually. Let me pull up the stats because I got.
He only had 12 points before that shot. So I mean, he ended with 14, but by far, like this was a lackluster game for the nigga.
This is not that good of a game for him. You think about 6 for 13, 2 for 7, 14 points. Like it's nothing crazy. Like he's had much better games than this, but like
yeah, and even then, that nigga said, "Give me the fucking rock."
Yes, a lot of people will be scared of that moment, but like as you can see, time and time again, he is not afraid of it at all. And really, the whole like nobody on the page I'm looking at, nobody scored 20 points. But it was just an all-around effort because they was all hooping when they need like Pascal when Tyrese was struggling, he stepped up. Nembhard 14, just like Halliburton. He not afraid of the moment either. He was cooking. And low key. He also Canadian. I don't know if I think him and Shea might have been like rivals growing up. Cause like he's also Canadian and they were like bumping into each other and stuff. So I'm like, I think
it was the Canadian. They was on the Canadian team. Well, Nembhard was on the Canadian team. Yeah,
so there might be a little something there. But Nembhard, he not afraid of no moment. Him and Halliburton are not afraid of the moment at all.
No, you remember because that whole thing happened when it was like, who's your favorite player, or who's the best player, who's the best point guard of all time, or whatever. And it was a whole bunch of niggas saying Andrew Nembhard, and they started just giving you like mad Andrew Nembhard highlights. I was like, I know the nigga was that.
No, he nice. He's
nice, bro.
Yeah.
He is nice. Every time I see something crazy happen, I'm like, damn, this starting five documentary is gonna be one of them ones. It's gonna be one of them ones, nigga.
And Halliburton debuted his shoe that day too. It's just like
they said it's the Holly ones.
They're trying to turn him into a super. They're really trying to turn both the stars of this playoffs, or Shea and Halliburton. They're trying to turn them into superstars, like on like a global scale as far as like marketing and things like that. And I feel like it's working. Damn it, them niggas going crazy. So I think it's working.
I think it's working. I think a lot of people, like I said, I don't give a fuck about these ratings, bro.
Yeah,
we saw real hoops, bro. This shit looked real good, bro.
Like the game was amazing. So if you ain't watching,
you got dumb. And granted, I'm gonna be honest, because I don't necessarily be caring for like the superstar debates.
Mm-hmm.
Because
debates like, oh, it's such and such a superstar. Like you mean like
it's such and such a superstar, because everybody's criteria tends to be different. I treat superstardom like I treat the Pro Football Hall of Fame. If I have to debate it, I don't think you were there yet. You can be on the cusp, but nobody questions if LeBron's a superstar. Nobody's questioning if Steph is one. All those things. Now you can be on the cusp, like, oh yeah, you next. And I think Halliburton is well up on his way. Like I think that's going to be happening. I think the problem you have dumbass media pundits that make it murky for no reason. So like a nigga like Stephen A. Smith will say Tyrese Halliburton's not a superstar, and the only reason he's getting flack is because you naming other niggas as superstars. Like I remember before, not the Knicks series. It was the Cavaliers series when he did that step back three, and made the game winning shot. As Tyrese, and they're debuting Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson. It's like, are these two superstars? He was like, Jalen Brunson's a superstar, not Tyrese Halliburton. And it's just like, that's what makes it murky. Because if you're going to call Jalen Brunson a superstar, which I don't think he is,
yeah.
Why wouldn't I
think he's great, but I don't think he's super.
Why wouldn't I call Tyrese Halliburton? How many superstar moments do you need from a nigga? And he's still doubling down, by the way. Still not calling him a superstar, which is crazy. But I still stand on the notion of, look, if we have to debate it, you're not there yet. I think you can count niggas on one hand on how many true superstars there are in the league. We don't have 10 superstars. That's not a thing.
Yeah,
10 superstars is not a thing. But I fuck with it. I fuck with the Paul George Cup. You know what I mean? The Paul George Bowl, the Battle of Paul George. You know what I mean? I fuck with this finals. I don't care what nobody say, nigga.
I know Paul George low-key probably just like, fuck. Just a little bit. Like, he probably don't feel that bad, but he's just like, damn it.
Nah, nobody feel worse than a Sacramento Kings fan. I'm gonna be honest with you.
The Kings shouldn't have no fans. They need to fold the franchise. But
moving on. Hey, send them niggas to Seattle, bro. Send them niggas to Seattle, bro. Fuck.
Right up the street. But
California got too many teams anyway, nigga. It don't even matter.
But on the OKC side of things, though, Shea, he had 38. Shea had a great game. He just didn't have help for real. Because you see Jalen Williams, he had 17 points, but you look at the numbers, he shot 6 for 19. Lou Dort, he had a good game. I'm not gonna lie, Lou Dort did have a good game, but like you shouldn't be relying on Lou Dort for like your main offensive production.
Lou Dort had one of them games. Lou Dort had one of them PJ Tucker 5 threes. When I found out Lou Dort had 5 threes.
when you 3 million or whatever the fuck he said.
He said 1,000 gives you 3 million. Shout out to B-Head, my nigga. No, dead ass. When I found out Lou Dort had 5 threes, I almost texted you something. I was like, nah, this nigga locked in right now.
No, but Lou Dort, he can't hit 5 threes though. Lou Dort, he had a career season from 3 this year. So it's not really surprising, but like still you shouldn't be relying on Lou Dort for your main offensive production. But the biggest issue, because it was only 1 point loss, the biggest issue I had was Chet. 6 points, brother. Please, bro. And then they took him out towards.
It's always a game one for that nigga. It's always game one.
Him and J-Dub, like they always have like just an ass game in the series, and they like tighten up. But it's just like, damn, nigga, 6
They
points.
young, bro. They young, bro. This is experience, bro.
I don't even really.
They're
I
22.
don't care. Like, nigga, tighten up for real.
They're 21 years old, bro.
Another thing, though, I didn't like how OKC, they just, or I guess not even necessarily, it's like OKC, they went small and they just didn't have Chet in that lineup. And that's just like, Chet is there for a reason. Chet's supposed to be like the center that can actually guard 1 through 5 and run and all that. And he just wasn't involved. But I mean, he wasn't really effective. So I see why they didn't play him towards the end. But it's just like, damn, bro, like.
Yeah, you give the Pacers you do give the Pacers the advantage when you do play small, because that's how they want to play. They want to play small. They want to go up and down the court. I really, if I'm being honest with you, like of course Chet was a problem, but I think the biggest issue that you had to go back in the numbers and look at it, but it's just like for somebody to have that many turnovers, like the Pacers had so many turnovers, and they weren't converting.
9 turnovers. They just did not. OKC just could not make shots, bro.
Yeah, they couldn't convert them. So like you weren't even like they have like 20 or 19 turnovers in the first half and still only be down 8 or 9 points.
It's crazy.
Anybody else that's like a 20-point. It's a 20-point game, nigga.
Like normally when OKC do that, they're stomping the other team out by like 30, but
like it's bad. So it's different. It's like understanding that the quote unquote underdog of the series had a bad game and still lost. That's a different kind of confidence coming in the game too. A lot of people are so like convinced that OKC is gonna blow niggas out by 30 in game 2. I just don't think that's what is gonna happen. I think OKC will probably win it, but it's gonna be that's gonna be a hard fight. This is a 48-minute team. I don't know how many times we gotta keep saying this. This is a 48-minute team. You do not let go of the gas, bro.
I'm not gonna call for a blowout because I'm not sure a blowout will happen, but I do think OKC is gonna bounce back and win because like you're saying, like OKC didn't play bad until literally the last second of the game. They didn't play bad until the last, because that's when they lost in the last second. So if they can still come out, play crazy defense, force some turnovers, and just make the shots instead, then it's going to be hopefully a win for them. So I'm still OKC in 5. That's what I'm thinking. What about you?
Initially I've always said OKC in 6. Mm-hmm. This might go 7. I ain't gonna lie.
7's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds crazy, but I don't want to see Tyrese Halliburton in the game 7.
I don't think Tyrese Halliburton's been in the game 7, which is crazy.
It don't even matter, bro. Honestly, at this point, like playoff Hallie or playoff Jimmy, bro. Like which one?
Playoff Hallie, bro. Playoff Hallie. It's different.
Moment, I think I got to agree with you because
it's playoff Hallie because it's different. Me personally, and I'm not saying that Jimmy Butler don't take crazy shots or like clutch shots because he's a clutch shot maker himself. When it comes to Hallie, I'd rather have a nigga give me 14 and clutch up in them last 14 seconds than a nigga that gave me 40 and ran away from the moment 2 minutes later. I'm not saying that's Jimmy. I'm just saying in general. A nigga that give me 40 and, you know, he run away. He a choke artist. Nah, give me the nigga that gave me 15 quality points. 15 points when I needed them. Because Holly, that nigga. I've never seen a nigga hoop like this. I've never seen a nigga hit game winners. This is the most clutchest run I've seen in a like. I want to say ever, but
if
we had to have that conversation.
If they get to, like I said, I'm still OKC in 5, but if the Pacers somehow pull this off, this could be the craziest finals run. Like it's gonna be up there with Dirk. Like I still take Dirk because Dirk was playing against Kobe and Bron and KD and all, like niggas like that. But this Halliburton run is unprecedented, bro. Like,
But at the same time, it's just like it's not like the nigga Hallie. It's not like that nigga Hallie was playing scrubs. You play Giannis. Granted, Dame wasn't there all the time, but Kobe wasn't there all the time for whatever the Dirk run was. You had Giannis. You beat the number 1 seeded Cavs team, and you beat New York for whatever's worth. Whatever that's worth. A Knicks team that somehow beat the Boston Celtics, and then you'll be, you know, beating a 68-win team that has the MVP. And you hitting gamers. Yeah. You hitting shit because with Dirk, we have to remind niggas like the path because they understand the Miami Heat.
We only have to remind niggas because it's been so long. That's really why.
No, like we had to remind them, but like niggas don't remember that Dirk had a game-winning layup against the Miami Heat. Y'all remember that? He did have a game winner against the Miami Heat. Niggas don't talk about it because it's a layup.
You probably forgot that just because it was 2011, bro. Like,
at the same time, I think this Hallie run, niggas not gonna just forget them game-winning shots. That game-tying shit with the Knicks, that's gonna be with like the same shit with Kawhi. With the Kawhi bounce.
I wish that was a game winner, bro.
We're not gonna forget those. That's like the AI step over to me. I don't think niggas gonna ever really forget that.
Yeah, that bounce up in there. If it's one people gonna remember, it's that one for sure, no matter what. Like that's going on. If you make it to the Hall of Fame, that's going on his highlight reel.
Exactly. Do you think he's already the greatest pacer right now?
I feel like that's very much. If they win, yes. But right now, it's a stretch, bro. It's still Reggie.
I mean, what you gonna do? Put him 2? He right there. To me, saying, bro, he might as well be there. But it's not like the Pacers have such a rich history. It's not like we talking about the Lakers.
Very true, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, he ain't even been there nowhere near as long as Reggie. So like that's why another thing.
It don't matter to me. Yeah. To me, it don't matter. It don't matter the time. For me, time does not matter to me because I guarantee you, niggas have something to say about Kawhi Leonard when he was in Toronto. They probably think that's the best Toronto. He's in the top 3 somewhere.
He's for sure in the top. I don't agree with the best of all time, but I do know people who do have that argument. That's just not something I agree with. But regardless, Halliburton's cooking, so shit, he could end up as a great player. We will see for sure.
Hey, only time will tell. This is the part of the finals where it's like, damn, every 2 days, like we don't get NBA games for like 2 to 3 days at a time. It's like, fuck. All right, bro.
Yeah, we gotta sit my thoughts and shit.
I gotta do productive shit now. Fuck. I gotta be a man. Fucking crazy, bro. All right, man. My hot take. All of my goats are washed. We don't have, and I think Jackson said something similar, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to spread the net, the butterfly net, or whatever the fuck. I'm gonna spread the net all the way globally. Everybody's not meant to have a Tom Brady career. Everybody's not supposed to be hooping like LeBron. Lil Wayne, your time is up. Okay, Lil Wayne.
It was bad.
We do not We do not need no more Carters. We cool. I don't want you to continue to just keep making professional music to the point where people forget the cloth of who you are. I don't want people to forget greatness because they're looking at shit right now. And a part of that is still happening with LeBron James, but the problem with LeBron James is the nigga's still cold, even to this day.
He just
But
not
niggas are still,
cold.
but still, niggas kind of forget what that nigga looked like in Miami, what that nigga looked like in his first stint at Cleveland, because it's been 17, 18 fucking years since you've seen that version of LeBron James. So now you just think that the Lakers Bron is what is the Bron that you been. That's all you know. We about to approach a decade of Lakers Bron, which is
that's insane. That's like the longest he been with a team, right? That don't even sound right.
It don't sound because nobody correlates LeBron with the Lakers as like
he's not a Laker, bro. Like I don't know. It don't sound right. It's gonna. I don't
want my all-time grades giving me piss poor and subpar performances in the name of just because they got bars. I don't give a fuck about Kanye like that. So I could care less how his downfall happens. That nigga need to stop making music too. Like at some point we just need to just stop it. We need to stop this. I'm talking about artists. I'm talking about niggas that work hella careers, and you know you have like a pension, and you know you don't have to work. Retire. I don't want to see 85-year-olds still working when I know they can give it up. I talk to my dad all the time, and I'd be like, yo, like you at some point, like we can hang this up. Like you have plenty of like your retirement is straight. You don't have to like keep working hard. So, like I said, this is bigger than just sports. If you're especially if you're a Hall of Famer, an all-time great in your craft, stop.
Please
stop. Leave before the game forces you to leave.
Leave before the game leaves you. You have to do that.
You have to. It is a requirement. And that's all I have for that. But specifically Lil Wayne. Well, not Lil, because you too old to be called Lil at this point. Dwayne Carter. Dwayne Carter. I repeat, Dwayne Carter. I need you to stop. Carter 5 really should have been your last thing.
Carter, he should have stopped the Carters at Carter 3. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, he should have stopped at Carter 3. But
because Carter 4 was okay, but you really ain't need Carter 4 like that. Like I'll allow Carter 4, but please, bro.
And Carter 5, niggas just wanted that because nostalgia. Oh my God, wait. And you had a couple bangers in there, but it's like, okay, this should be the last one, you know. This shit.
He said it was gonna be the last one, and then Carter said, like, no, I knew it was gonna be. When I seen it was announced, I was like, this is gonna be terrible. And it was. So I was like, fuck, man.
And anything I say after that might be a little anti-black, so I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna stop it while I'm ahead because I think I'm gonna be anti-black. Talking about people's hair and stuff. But Jax, you have your hot take.
I do in fact have my hot take. It was not a big deal that Reggie Miller was calling the game and rooting for the Pacers. I see so many. Oh my! I can't believe Reggie. He's actively rooting for the. Oh, I'm going to shut this off. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it is not a big deal that he's a fan of a team, and it's not like he was like shitting on the Knicks because he's not calling the game no more because it's not on TNT right now. It's on ESPN. But it's just like it's not like he was like shitting on the Knicks or anything. He was just being a fan. I think he still did it. Like I'm not one of the people that hate Reggie Miller's commentary. I don't think I hate anybody's commentary. I don't be caring for real. But it's just like it's not a big deal that he was a fan. Like Stephen A, he was doing the same thing. Stephen A was probably a little bit worse. Granted, he doesn't call the game directly, but he was probably a little bit worse when he had like Spike Lee up there and doing this, that, and the third. So Like, it's not a big deal that he's a fan, bro. Let that man be a fan. Let him be happy that they was cooking. Like Tyrese Halliburton, he made that shot against the Knicks. He did the choke. He pointed to Reggie. Reggie did it too. Like, it was a good time, bro. Like, he's the moment he's not getting back, bro. And y'all are like, oh my gosh, he can't be a fan. They need to take him off the call. But like, nigga, shut up. It was not a big deal. You just crying. You just crying, bro. You just mad because it wasn't your team winning. That's why. Like, that's really
You're just a depressed Knicks fan.
Yeah,
if you didn't want that nigga celebrating, tell your team to do better and win, bitch ass nigga.
Literally, so
they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Y'all got New York side talk or whatever the fuck y'all niggas do after games when y'all yell and curse and do debauchery and throw shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you have to say. That nigga is Mr. Pacers, nigga. That is Pacers. That nigga name is Pacer Miller, nigga.
Honestly, I feel like really when you have a fan doing the commentary, as long as they're not like no crazy like dick rider, like we said, as long as they're not doing that, then like I think it actually is better for the broadcast and enhances the broadcast. They have a little bit more Absolutely. Like intimate knowledge of the team because they be really locked in on the team. They be paying attention. So they treating
that shit like he Tyrese Halliburton dad or something, nigga. It wasn't that bad, bro.
Doing that with the towel and blah blah blah. Then okay, Reggie might have to sit you down a little bit, but it's not.
Oh God,
bro. It's not.
If that nigga starts swearing on the airwaves because he just can't control himself, that's one thing. That nigga called, and if we being honest, he was more complimentary of the New York Knicks than the Pacers. Most of the game commentary. I don't give a fuck.
Niggas just hate.
Niggas always got something to complain about. That's all it is. But man, that wraps up another glorious episode of the Play for Keys podcast. Jax, any last words?
Hey man, appreciate everybody for watching us for our last 100 episodes. We going for 100 more and 100 more after that and 100 more. We're gonna keep going. But nah, man, you want to change your life? Go do some life changing shit.
And for niggas that thought we couldn't get to 100,
do you think it's wise for you to keep talking?
Yeah, man.
Do you think it's wise? It's not.
Cause we gonna keep talking, nigga. We gonna keep yapping, nigga. You might as well, and we not gonna miss a week. I promise you that, nigga. Every Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, depending on how a nigga go. An episode will be dropped. The blue background with generic reactions of us seeing a nigga in front of us is going to be the thumbnail. And we're going to add an episode every time. So get used to it. We're not going nowhere. In the words of Nick Saban, so quit asking. And without further ado, we'll catch y'all niggas next week. It's business as usual. We'll celebrate again when we hit another milestone, but we back to business, my nigga. The shorts will be coming up soon.
Job not finished.
Job not finished. Job not done. Job not finished. Job not done. Not until I get up at we get a studio and a multi-million-dollar deal. You know what I mean? Signed to something crazy. But with that being said, we'll catch y'all next week and go touch some grass, pussy. Go touch some grass.